Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood and sports updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. The New York Knicks have always been a team that stirs deep emotions, passion, heartbreak, hope, and fierce loyalty. And in the 2025 Eastern Conference Finals, against the Indiana Pacers, all those emotions came pouring out onto the court and into the hearts of fans. At the center of the latest storm is a name not often in the headlines, Landry Shamet, a player whose spark off the bench ignited a firestorm of conversation, a role player who, for a fleeting moment, became the symbol of what might have been, a quiet warrior in a team fighting for a legacy. But now, after a crushing Game 6 loss that ended New York's deepest playoff run in 25 years, fans and analysts alike are asking, why didn't head coach Tom Thibodeau trust his bench more, especially when Landry Shamet proved just how powerful that trust could be? Let's rewind to Game 5, the moment Shamet stepped into the spotlight. With the Knicks fighting tooth and nail to gain control of the series, Thibodeau made a decision that surprised many. He gave Shamet minutes that mattered. The result? A defensive masterclass. Shamet didn't just play hard, he changed the game. Every possession he defended, every ball he disrupted, every time he pumped up the crowd, he wasn't just playing, he was leading. And for fans who had watched the Knicks rely heavily on their starters all season, it was a revelation. This was what trust in the bench could look like. This was the depth New York had waiting in the wings. This was hope, but that hope was fleeting. Despite the roaring 111-94 win in Game 5, the Knicks fell in Game 6. The dreams of a finals appearance dissolved in a 130-109 loss that left fans devastated, confused, and questioning everything. The starting five were exhausted, worn down from a series of heavy minutes, and the bench, so full of potential, sat mostly unused. For many, the heartbreak wasn't just about the loss. It was about how the team lost. A team so close, yet so far. A team that perhaps could have made it, if only the trust in the full roster had come earlier. Landry Shamet's story is one of perseverance. Drafted in 2018, he's been with multiple teams: 76ers, Clippers, Nets, Suns, and now the Knicks. Known as a role player, a shooter, a quiet presence. But in Game 5, he showed the world he's more than just filler minutes. He showed hustle, intensity, a sense of the moment. He became a symbol of all those players who sit on the bench, waiting for their chance, knowing they can make a difference if given the opportunity. He proved that sometimes it's the unlikeliest heroes who rise when the spotlight burns brightest. And then came the silence of not seeing Shamet. Key minutes of Game 6, the silence that echoed in Madison Square Garden as the final buzzer sounded. A silence not just of defeat, but of what-ifs. What if Shamet had played more? What if Thibodeau had embraced a deeper rotation? What if fresh legs from the bench could have countered the Pacers' relentless pace and scoring barrage? Thibodeau has long been known as a coach who rides his starters hard. It's a philosophy rooted in loyalty, toughness, and control. But it's also a philosophy that has faced criticism, especially in the modern NBA where depth and flexibility are key. In this playoff run, it worked, until it didn't. Jalen Brunson, the team's heart and soul, gave everything he had. Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Isaiah Hartenstein, they all carried heavy burdens. But even warriors need rest. Even stars need support. And that support was right there, on the bench, ready, waiting. Players like Shamet, who had shown they could rise when called. For fans, this wasn't just about strategy. It was about belief. The belief that this team, this year, could finally bring New York back to the NBA Finals. That belief carried them through a roller coaster season, thrilling wins, heartbreaking injuries, and unforgettable moments. And when Landry Shamet emerged in Game 5, it reignited that belief. It reminded fans that the Knicks aren't just 5 guys. They're a team, a unit with depth, hunger, and talent beyond the spotlight. Now, as the dust settles, the questions remain. Will Thibodeau adapt? Will he learn to trust his bench more deeply in the future? Will Shamet's performance become the catalyst for a shift in coaching philosophy? Or will it be remembered as a lost opportunity, one brilliant performance, drowned out by an early exit? For Shamet, the moment may have passed, but his message rings louder than ever. In a league dominated by superstars, his story is a testament to the power of preparation, patience, and seizing the moment. He reminded us all that in basketball, as in life, you never know when your chance will come, but when it does, you better be ready to shine. As the Knicks look ahead to next season, they carry both the weight of disappointment and the spark of promise. They know they were close. They know what they have, and now it's about learning, growing, and evolving. Their fans will return, loud and proud, because New York never gives up. And maybe, just maybe, the Knicks will come back smarter, stronger, and with a deeper rotation that lets every Warrior have their shot. Landry Shamet's Game 5 was more than a performance. It was a statement that in the biggest moments trust can change everything. That the bench isn't just a backup plan, it's a secret weapon. And that sometimes all it takes is one player stepping up to shift the narrative entirely. So here's to the Knicks. Here's to Landry Shamet. Here's to every unsung hero waiting for their moment. And here's to the fans, because heartbreak may sting, but hope always returns. And in New York, hope wears blue and orange. Thank you for watching Daily Gossip. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more emotional and dramatic deep dives into the stories that matter in sports and entertainment. We'll be back tomorrow with another update that will keep you on the edge of your seat.